Hey, so welcome to today's ride. We're going to be going under over threshold interval training all the way up a mountain, flat road to warm up, and then we're going to hit the climb. So each interval is going to get increasingly harder as we go. So today's ride, I'm not going to have a backing track. You've got two options. First option, I'm going to put the playlist, the Spotify playlist link down in the description below. If you want to play along with the music that I've got to the ride, the way it's been planned, then just head on over, click on the link, and then when I say go, you're going to click on that link and we're going to ride together. Option two, play your own music. Just play your own banging workout music that's going to help you and get you all the way to the top of that climb today. So I'm going to count you in. It's going to be 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to get going. You're going to hit the playlist, same time as me, and we're going to get going. In 3, 2, 1. I need a little bit more volume here. I feel like I'm going to need a bit of help today to get me to the top of the climb. So you want some nice light gear on the bike. I'm not going to be using smart files today. I'm going to be changing gear, same as you. Make sure you've got something to drink before we get going. Maybe a towel if you need it. Nice high leg speed to warm up. How's your music choice going? Are you going with full-on metal to help you up the climb? So I'm around about 95 RPM here. So the numbers to help you today are on this side of the screen here. Whether you're working with feel, so the effort level, whether you're working with heart rate, or whether you're working with your FTP power numbers. 3 ways to play along. Nice and smooth on those pedals. Fairly high cadence with nice light gear. Make sure your bottom's not bouncing on that saddle. Steady breathing as we go, in through the nose. What do I mean when I'm talking about under over threshold? In terms of power numbers, on the intervals we're going to start off going up to just below your threshold, just below your 100% number. And then as we progress up the climb, we're going to be tipping over to 105% of your FTP. If you're using your heart rate as a guide, typically 85% is your threshold heart rate number. We're going to be working just below that 85% for the first few intervals. And then we're going to tip over to go anaerobic, probably up to about 90% or thereabouts. You shouldn't be needing to go much more over that, because we're going to be then you'll start to tip into deep VO2 max territory. Keep those deep breaths going. So add on a little bit of gear, keep it smooth, starting to do a little bit of a ramp up to get the legs ready when we drop into that big climbing effort. Keep those lovely deep breaths going. How's your position on that bike? Soft onto the hands, up onto the hoods or onto the tops. As we start to get a little bit more serious towards the top of the climb, if you've got drops on your bike, you might want to drop down there, or you can stay up here. No aero advantage, of course, to go to the drops. Just a preference on how you like to train. First load. Little bit of extra pressure, just one gear. Not overly stressing the legs too early. Short little effort and drop it. I'm in the small ring at the minute. Keeping it nice and fluid, not overstressing the legs too early on. Let's get some water on. Fairly small gear changes as we go, fairly small resistance changes as we start. Next one's coming. Little shimmy on the saddle. Are you comfy? Little extra bit of intensity, ready on those gears? And load. And breathe. As you add the gear and drop it off, keep it nice and smooth in that transition. And release. At the moment, I'm just going one gear up, one gear down. Not a lot of difference. Checking that heart rate's coming up nice and slowly. Have you been a little bit over enthusiastic already? Heart rate should be in check here. Round about 75% max. We're checking the numbers over here on the screen. Ready again on the gears. Load it. Bottom of the screen there, handy little graphic showing you where you are, what you've done, and what's coming up. Maybe if you don't want to know, just cover it up. It's not going to change what's ahead. We're going to get it done anyway. And drop it. So we're going to hit this climb proper now. If you feel you need a little bit of extra time to still warm up those legs, then just be a little bit careful with the gear that we're going to load on. So we're going to suggest 95% of your FTP, or jumping around about just over 80% for your heart rate. If you feel you need a little bit of extra time before you go there, no problem. Go in about 20 seconds. So today we're going true interval training. Effort, right drop down for the recovery. Not keeping it flattish, very distinct efforts and recovery. Are you ready? Come on legs, we can do this. Have a little chat with them. Start to load. (95% FTP), about 83% of your heart rate maybe. Short little effort. You might want to be keeping a track of how many gears you load on and off as we go. And release. I want you to drop right down for the recovery. Really work hard on getting that breath back before we go for the next effort. Next one's going to jump in pretty soon. Get ready on the gears, get ready on the resistance. And load. It's a bit of a rude awakening for the legs. Getting warm already here. Oh, I just realised I haven't turned my fan on. Oh no. It's going to go well. Have I been clever and left it turned on? Yes! Must be my lucky day. And release. Quick transition coming. Oh, that's nice. We're going to need that today. Windows open, fans on. Ready to load, team? Of course you are. Get it on. I'm going to have to change rings on the next track. switching it up already. I'm asking a lot of my gears, asking a lot of my legs actually today. How are you feeling? Quick check-in. Are we feeling good? And release. Use that recovery. Quick transition. So the intervals get a bit longer, deeper into the climb that we get. And load. Hold it there. Next track, still sticking with that same level of intensity. Fairly challenging already. Definitely getting warmer on these efforts. Okay, you ready for some lovely recovery? You've got a minute of recovery coming. Drop the gear. I'm going to change up that ring. Should make it a whole lot easier. Now with the actual efforts, we're on a climb today. Now you can stay seated, or if you want to do a little bit of standing climbing, you're going to have to load on a fair amount of gear for that, no problem. Standing or seated on the effort. So when I say load it on, that's your cue to stay where you are on your seat, or to change it up and go standing. I'm getting warm already. How about you? Are you getting warm out there? So we're going to do a little ramp here. First gear change coming. Load it on. And we're going to go a little bit higher than that. Not so much of a shock to the legs as we're ramping it up. There's quite a few ramps today. They're kind of nice, rather than right down, right up. We are a few of those as well that give the legs a little bit of a oh, but we love that, don't we? Keep the deep breathing going. Keep the control. Long way to go to the top. Next gear change coming. Minute of effort. Watch the numbers. Are you ready? Load. Keep it smooth. Feel that power. Getting up to threshold territory. Feeling the lactate already on the efforts. Let's get a bit of fan territory here. How are you doing in your pain cave? It's getting warm already, Chris. Hold it there. 10 seconds. Recovery is coming. And drop the gear. Breathe it through. Keeping those shoulders dropped, back and down. Tucking them into your back pockets. Pulling the shoulders together, dropping them down, keeping that chest open the best you can. This is a toughie, folks. Who's bailing already? Come on, we love it. So how you doing with your tunes you got playing? Are you playing along to my playlist? So if you're doing that, you'll notice that we use the beat in the music to lift you up on the effort. Or maybe you've got some mental music there playing in the background that's just telling you to work hard all the way through. Got to drop down for the recovery. I'm working here. First load. We're going to go again on top of that. How does that level of intensity feel? Feeling it in the quads, trying to open from the hip, squeezing the hip open to drive the pedal down. Cheeky little gear change coming. 3, 2, 1. Oh, can you feel that already? Dig it into those legs. I'm going to try and breathe properly all the way to get you to the top. Little way to go with that effort. Keep the control. Give me 30 more seconds of this effort. Use that mental strength, ignoring your legs screaming at you. I've gone deaf. Voila. Not listening. Very, very, very clever training. Under-overs. Tell you a little bit about the benefits when we just finished this interval. Ready to drop the gear? Down you go. Just get my breath back. Training around lactate threshold. Main purpose is to work on pushing up your lactate threshold. The point at which you switch from being absolutely aerobic to anaerobic. It's not an absolute switch. Even at lower intensities, you're creating lactate in your muscles. But your lactate threshold is the point at which your body can no longer expel that lactate. It's just going to build. It's going to accumulate, and you've tipped over the other side. Clearly, the more you can push up your lactate threshold, the point at which you go over that tipping point means you can work harder aerobically. Means you can work harder for longer. Doesn't matter whether or not you're riding on the road or you're just doing a workout, same benefit. This track we're going to be doing a ramp, so you can probably see very clearly there's a little scoot up. We're just going to be loading the intensity. I'm going to drop that down because I'm too high. Every 30 seconds, I want you to load on a little bit more resistance. Just checking where I am on my gears. Okay, we've got a little way to go. First gear change is coming in about 5 seconds. A little bit of resistance, a little bit of extra gear. First load. In terms of leg speed, up to you. Try not to grind those gears, keeping the leg speed above 60 RPM. You can count that on your watch if you haven't got. I'm just going to check this out. I've lost my screen. You can count your leg speed. Just look at your watch and count the amount of times your one leg goes to the bottom. So 1, 1, count that for 6 seconds, multiply by 10, and it'll give you a rough estimation of your leg speed. Oh, did I miss one out there? Oh, I noticed it, I'm talking too much. And load on. Oh, did you follow along the graphic and just ignore totally what I was saying and load it on? This is going to sneak up on the legs. This track here, we're now building that intensity a little bit further up, hitting 100% FTP or 85% of your max heart rate. Okay, next one's coming. And load. How are the legs liking that? So not jumping straight up to that 100% number or 85% heart rate, working up towards it. 2 more to go. Legs complaining? Of course they are. And load. Oh, feeling that. 1 more gear change to go. Keeping it smooth as we start to load those heavier resistances. Are you looking forward to that recovery? Last gear change. Get it on. Holding it there. All the way. No stopping. Nice one. Give yourself a break. Felt that? Did you feel that in the legs? Same deal here. Not a massive amount of recovery. We are climbing a mountain. It's not going to just go flatter just because your legs are a little bit unhappy. We're going to be doing the same thing. Drop that air right down. Four gear changes. Last one, you want to be heading towards that threshold number. Ready for the first gear change. Load it. Feeling the extra pressure. Extra bit of fun for the legs. Holding it there. Next gear change coming in about 20 seconds. Still feeling in control. Big deep breaths. How's that leg speed? Are you comfy with your leg speed? Do you need to up it a little bit? Lots of choices. And load. Oh, I'm almost feeling like I'm going to get into drops territory. That's my switch when I'm out on the road or when I'm training really hard. When it really gets tough, I tend to drop down. Holding it there. 2 more gear changes. Definitely, definitely a hard effort this class. Lots of dripping coming off the nose. Next one's coming. Ready with those gears. And load. Smooth as you go. And load. Hold it there. It's warm. No recovery tracks today. We're climbing all the way to the top. Really beasting it. Definitely warm. Get this fan. And drop the gear. I'm kind of regretting I haven't got a towel. How you doing? Sticking with 100% for the next 2 tracks. So 100% FTP is your interval effort. I don't know about you, but my legs have got used to that heavier resistance already. And I'm dropping the gears right down, still pushing a fair amount of power. Take it right down. This time, we've got 2 gear changes. So this is your recovery phase. Get the control, feeling amazing, ready to go again. Really important you try and work on getting that heart rate down. Shift some of that lactate so we can go again. First gear change. Load it on. You've got a 40-second effort coming up. So we need to really load this back up. Dropping straight to that interval effort in about 10 seconds. Get ready on the gears. We're going to hold it for 40 seconds. Ready? Unload and load. Bang on my power numbers. How are you doing? How you do with your heart rate? Keeping it in check? Bum bone supported. 10 seconds. Oh, enjoy that effort. Ready to release. Take it off. Recover. Heart rate banging in the chest. How you doing with the breathing? Maybe switch to breathing in and out through your mouth. No chance to hold on to nasal breathing. Should be at the point just able to string a sentence together. Maybe not sing a whole song, but just about hold on to nasal breathing. If you've tipped over too far and you're dragging the air in and out through the mouth, you've maybe gone a little bit too hard. Rein it in a little bit, because we've got another jump coming. Are we ready for the first gear change? On we go. Quick transition. Another gear change coming to take you up to that top intensity. Ready to do it. And load. Too much fun. I'm going to get another gear on. Yeah, why not? Keep it smooth. Holding it there. All the way, about another 50 seconds of effort. What's not to love? Nice one. Happy days. Always. On the bike pedaling. Lovely. Keep it going. Just about keeping that heart rate in check. Numbers bang on. Keep going. So nearly there. Recovery's coming. And take that gear off. Not giving you much of a respite here, I'm afraid. This track, 30 seconds recovery, 30 seconds of effort. That's going to be a big jump from your recovery, gear or resistance, right up to that effort. Don't be shy. Count the number of gears you load on and then take the same amount off. So where are you here with your level? Load. 30 seconds here. Have you shifted up to that big ring? Give me 10 more seconds here. Looking along here, give you a guide when it's coming up. Release. Working to get the recovery. We're a fair way up the climb already. Yeah, looking strong out there, team. Ready to load. Just over 5 seconds. And load. Working on smooth transition of power. So as one leg has finished the drive phase, other one's at the top of the stroke, ready to take over. Should be smooth all the way around. 5 seconds. I'm going 3 gears up, release. Working on the recovery. All good. Let's have a bit of volume. I'm going to turn this up. Help me up to the top of the climb. Ready to go back on. And load. There we go. Oh. Come on, hold it. Have you started to droop over your handlebars already? All right, you're keeping it in check, getting those core muscles to really work hard, barely any weight on the hands. Ready to release? Of course you are. Very, very keen to release the gears. Also keen to put them back on again. That's all right. More fan required. Ready to load. Start to get it on. You can make minor adjustments, of course, with your resistance. Level of effort, level of fun. As you go, I think I might load another one on. Let's push it up a little bit harder. There we go. Feeding it in nice and smoothly. Legs, definitely feeling it. Definitely feeling it. Ready to release. Drop. How are we doing? How's that music helping you? How's your music helping you? How's my music helping you? Not at all. Legs are just not playing ball. Oh, did I mention this is a 10-minute track? Oh dear, whoops. You ready? It's our little secret. Load. Just between you and me. Don't tell the legs. They've probably just about worked it out. I'm going to go another gear. Have your legs stop talking. And release. I don't know about you, but I find these kind of intervals more challenging than a steady effort where there's not much change in the level of effort. So where you are little gear changes up and down, my legs kind of settle into a rhythm. This is harder, I think, and load. Maybe mentally, because you know you've gone from that lovely place where the gear's quite happy and where the legs are happy, and then they're going to have to go bang straight into that effort. Come on, stick with it. We can see how much more you've got to do. Right down there. And release. Is the effort sneaking up on you? I'm still smiling. Are you still smiling? Smile. You need to smile, you see. If you smile, all the pain goes away. Top tip. Don't want to be doing a workout when you're grumpy. Not going to help you out very much. And start to load. Or if you are grumpy, do the workout and kind of end up smiling. So I'm gently loading this on. How are you feeling? Over halfway. Wow. Where did that time go? And release. Structured intervals, kind of a top tip. Your workout will go a lot quicker if you're doing structured intervals. You're kind of looking at the clock, looking at what's coming up next, and not worrying too much about how rubbish you feel or how amazing you feel, of course. Always feel amazing. I'm enjoying riding with you today. I'm having quite a lot of fun here. Right, let's get it back on. Keep it going. So feeding that effort. Lovely jubbly. Happy time. Are you playing along to your own playlist? How's that going? Is it helping? Squeeze it all the way. 10 seconds. I'm seeing the fear in your eyes as you know it's going to get a little bit harder next track. It's fine. Release. It's of probably no consequence or help or hindrance to you. Well, this hurts me just as much as it hurts you. I'm not cheating here. I'm going all in with the effort. Ready to load. I do believe that is the last of that track. 10 minutes, done. Whoosh! Off it goes. 10-minute block. Now it's going to get a little bit fruity. We're going to tip over threshold efforts. Still top end of zone 4, maybe tipping over a little bit into VO2 max territory. Still in lactate threshold zone 4. And release. Let's get that recovery. We're going to need it. So these are cheeky. We're going to go from here, loading the gear on. First effort's a minute long. Harder than you've just been working on those efforts. One more gear. You can do it. Drops in 10 seconds. Take some extra recovery here if the legs are feeling way too heavy. I'm just coming on the next one. Or if you're ready, squeeze it on. Over. Now the legs might start to feel pretty heavy. Quick check. Heart rate's going to take a little bit of time to come up. Let it catch up. If you're using power, it's an absolute number. That is your power number. Power numbers are bang on. Hold it there for another 10 seconds. Beastie, beastie mode. Ready for a little bit of recovery. Drop the gear, drop the resistance. Doesn't matter if you're on a turbo trainer, indoor bike, just adjust that level of effort to suit. Another 50 seconds of recovery. Oh dear, water went down the wrong way. Try not to talk and drink at the same time. Oh, so sorry. Only human. And that is a very good reason why you should let your heart rate come down, and so you're not breathing really hard. Before you take a drink. That's not great. Back in business. Okay, this is quite a short effort coming up. Let's start to load it. Let's get ahead of the game. Or you can wait another 10 seconds, or you're going to be cheeky like me. Come on, let's do it. Load it on. Let's up the fun level. Should be feeling a little bit of uncomfortableness in the legs, and drop it down. Next track. And breathe. Clues in the name. This time, we're going to resistance load. So looking at the graphic there, you can see it's a ramp. So you're on your base resistance here. And we're going to load it. How many have we got? 4 gear changes. First one's coming. 1 gear. So we're going to feed it in. These should feel slightly easier because there's not a massive jump in effort. Holding it here. Minute of effort. I think these are a minute each time. Round about there. Apart from the last one. Drops in pretty quick. Check the weight through the hands. If you've got big red blocks on your palms, putting way too much pressure through those hands, maybe shift your position. Make sure you've got that weight shifted back, not round in the back, keeping the back nice and flat, chest open and up. I do believe. Another gear. Smooth all the way around. Hold it there. Next one coming in about 20 seconds. Music helping? Have you kept turning the music up as we've been going? Get all the help you can. You ready for the next one? Of course you are. And load. One more gear change. In about 10 seconds, you're going to hold that for another 30. Of course you are. So last gear change should take you up to that top level. And load. Keeping it smooth. Let's do it. All the way. Keep going. Recovery's coming. And release. All good. Same again this time. Load, 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 load. Nice little ramp up as you go. Now, if you're keeping a steady cadence, steady leg speed, and just loading on the gear, if you're on the road, that would translate as more speed. Same cadence, more resistance is going to give you more power, equals more speed. Got two mechanisms. You can work with your leg speed or your gears or resistance to give you that increase in effort. Hold it here. Oh, you've got a lovely block of recovery. You've got another minute till that first gear drops in. Have you stayed seated or have you stood on the efforts? Your choice. Hang it in there. Recovery's come down. Oh, it's lovely. Check out the gear. First gear change in about 30 seconds. And if you're listening along to the same playlist I am, it's pretty obvious. Use that changing beat to lift up your effort. Hold it there. Ready? Remember, one gear change at a time, just slowly ramping up to reach that top intensity. Ready on the gears. Ready on the resistance if you're on a bike. And load. First one. This is a fairly nice ramp, this. Not too cheeky. Gonna hold you there for a little while. Now, of course, if you want to load on a bit more gear early doors, get it on here. I might put another one actually. Just over a minute to the next one. Be conservative, be a little bit more bold with your gears, up to you. One more track after this one to take you to the top. Good to ride along together. Help each other out. You're helping me out. Having to up my game, working for you. Okay, next gear change is coming. Very soon. Keeping it smooth. Ready on those gears, ready on the resistance. And load. Feed it in. Feel that effort. 2 more gear changes to go. Next one drops in pretty quick. So lulled you into a full sense of security, and I've just realised I've got an extra gear on, so that really is going to hurt. Stick with it though. Come on, we've got this. Next gear change coming. We've got a minute of effort. And load. Ooh. So with these heavy gears, just be mindful of the knees. Any uncomfortableness in the knees, back off those gears. And you might want to check your bike setup. Make sure your knee isn't too far forwards, overstressing the patella. Stay here, or we've got last gear change. That's going to be pretty horrific. Smooth it out. Are you regretting your gear choice? Answer, yes I am actually. But I'm not bailing. I've committed to it. And that recovery is coming. Not a second too soon. Come on, come on, come on. Nearly there. And release. Are you dying? Give me a sec. Last track. Going to be all over in about 6 minutes. Yeah, 6 minutes. There's the top of the climb. Oh, I'm kind of looking forward to getting to the top, to be honest. Let's drop some more gear. Drop it right down. We've got about 40 seconds and we're going to do those really finishing, of course, on those really horrible bottom to top jumps. Look at the graphic, you can see what you're in for, yep. Dropping it right down for the recovery, right up for the effort. How's the heart rate recovering? Let's drop that right off. So load the gear in nice and smoothly. Are we ready? 3 efforts to go. It's going to get you to the top. And breathe. Feed it on. That's 2. That's 3. See how that goes. Feed it in, let the legs get used to it. Yeah, I've got another one. Another one. And we've got a minute of effort. Now with these really heavy gears, really mindful, doesn't matter if you're on a turbo or an indoor bike, of your pedalling technique. Have you switched to stamping? You know, kind of grinding out that effort. Or are you managing smoothing it out all the way back to come into some recovery? 10 seconds or thereabouts. We can wrap that recovery before we go again. And hold it and drop. How you doing? Still there? Of course you are. I believe in you. Always. You've got a minute recovery. Work hard on getting that heart rate down, feeling that lactate start to move out of the legs. I mean, you could up your leg speed just a little bit. Keep going. You've got this. About 30 seconds. Come on, team. Have we dropped anybody on the mountain? Because that's not good. Everybody to the top. Looking forward to the fun that's just about to drop into the legs. Fairly short effort, actually. Oh no, it's not, I'm lying. I've got my glasses on. You can see it here, right? Ready to load. And squeeze it on. Keeping it relaxed in the shoulders. Have you got another gear there? Yeah. Lots of pressure through the feet. Hold it there. Holding it all the way. Little short effort, you're going to get some little bit of respite coming, not for long. Ready to release. Drop. I've very helpfully got a little message in my earpiece here saying that my battery's low. I'm not quite sure if it's talking about the earphone or me. Either way up, not going to stop us. Do you know what? I think I may have given you some recovery and I shouldn't have done. Oh no! I've dipped out early on that effort. Did you manage to stick with it? Because you can see that I can't see the graphic clearly. Oh man. Quite sad about that. So you're going to join me anytime soon for some recovery. Drop the gear. Oh, Chris. Makes me very sad when I missed an effort. Oh. Much sadness. Are you ready? Last effort. And squeeze. And squeeze. I'm going to have to make this one count, aren't I? Get it on, team. All the way to the end. 30 seconds to go. Driving into those pedals. So if you drive from the hip, not from the knee, if you extend from the hip, you're bringing in the powerhouse at the back. So close to the top. Keep going. Don't miss a single pedal stroke and release. Woo! Nice one. Get that recovery. Drop the gear. I'm going to change rings. Let's get some gear. Oh, we made it. Lovely job. How many times should you be doing that workout in a week? Oh, you could probably sneak that in twice. Not back-to-back days, I wouldn't try. But twice a week should do you. Great, smart training. But typically that workout is called under-over. My battery's still low away. It's still going. It's just telling me. I'm going to drop that down. Let's work to get that heart rate under control. If your heart rate's starting to come down, getting that recovery. Nice one. As always, I'm going to be giving you a couple of cool down tracks. If your legs are feeling a little bit heavy, a little bit tight, continue your recovery after I've done. You want to do your stretches, whatever your cool down routine is, just go ahead with that. So up the tempo just a little bit if you can, dropping the gear, dropping the resistance, flushing all those waste products out the legs. Feeling awesome. All good. If you've not subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. If you like that workout, give us a thumbs up. Most of the workouts on my playlist are with music. This one, just a bit of an experiment to see how you like it. So you can play your music at your own volume, or play my playlist if you've got Spotify. How did you like that? Great, more of those. Quite happy to do more of those. Or do you prefer it where you can just kind of just turn your YouTube on and just put your laptop or whatever it is you're watching, turn it on, you've got the music there, you don't have to think about anything. What's your preference? So the advantages of using the playlist or your own music is you can just, you know, you can use original music. Due to licensing, we can't use original music on YouTube. We have to use special license-free music. I'm happy to do either, to be honest. Whatever works for you. If you really like those kind of workouts, I've got well over 100 workouts in my library that I can record quite easily with the playlist. Or do you just prefer just to, as I said, plug and play? Either way, let's do what works for you. How's that recovery? Heart rate coming down? If you're not tracking your heart rate, you just kind of like to get on your bike or work or indoor bike and just work out. Just go and feel. Should be feeling pretty good here. Sweat stopped accumulating. Breathing's come right back under control. Feeling good. Almost done. All chilled. Maybe bring those shoulders back. Big deep breaths. I'm just about done here very shortly. My heart rate dropped off a cliff. How about yours? All good. To the very last pedal stroke. Well, thank you very much, everybody. Thanks for playing along. Please do let me know what you think of that workout. Till next time.